Evening guys, just watching a bit of Decoy TV, cracking videos. If you haven't seen him before, nip across and have a look. Cracking new build he's done. It's been an eventful day, and it could have been a disastrous day. Now, if you remember, a couple of weeks ago I had a sankey that I thought had got swim bladder, and then I done a scrape and found what I thought was gill flukes, and it's come to light that it wasn't gill flukes, it was just standard flukes. So I treated with Learnex Pro. I've done a full dose on day one. I've done a 50% on day two and a 50% on day three. Now the sankey was looking really poorly. His tail fin was all ragged, and he wasn't looking very good. So the last dose was on Wednesday, and I got the sankey out today, and I done another scrape. There was no sign of flukes, however there was sign of Costia. Now, rightly or wrongly, I don't know whether I should have done or not, but Costia being the killer that it is, I wanted to treat. So what I treated with was FMG, which is my normal go-to anyway. Now, yes, I put a little bit more in than I should have done, which most people are doing these days. However, my pond went drastically wrong really quickly. Now, all the fish were hanging over the air curtain, gasping for air, proper gasping, and I was panicking. I thought I was killing all my fish, I really was. So what I'd done, I fired more air stones in the pond, and I was panicking at this stage, really panicking, and I thought, what shall I do? Right, I'll drop the filter. I dropped the filter twice. My soak away in the garden down here, which I have come in through this pipe here, that was overflowing, so my soak away was full, and I thought, what am I going to do now? I need to dilute the pond some more. So what I've done, I've got this pump that I got off Lidl a while back. It was still brand new in the box. I dropped that in the pond and just pump the water over the garden and drop the level right down. At this stage I'm really panicking, and I reach out to my partner in crime, Phil, and he shot over to have a look while I was topping the pond up, and we was having a natter, and you could see the fish were really poorly. They was over the air curtain gasping for air, and it looked as if, well, it looked as if they was all gonna die. There was, and I'm not exaggerating, they was all gasping. I've never seen fish like it before, and I was panicking. I thought I'd killed all my fish. So we was having a natter, and the only thing we can think of, because other people have dosed more than the requirements, the recommended doses. People do it all the time. So I don't think that it was the dosage. What I think is, it's because I put the FMG in too soon after the Learnex. Now I was panicking because I'd got Costia, so I didn't know the best way around it really, so I was clutching at straws. I didn't know who to reach out to who could give me the right answer. So whether it was too much dosage of the FMG, which I use the Kasuri one, which is the pre-mixed one, that's the one I used. Whether it's that or whether it was the reaction to the Lernex, we just don't know. I don't know how we could tell, to be fair. So we're having a chat and Phil said it seems to be like toxic poisoning, and then a light switch clicked. At this point the fish was still, they wasn't as bad as there was earlier on, but they weren't good. They were still gasping for air, but not as bad as they were. And by this time the pond, sorry about that guys, just not my day today, my battery went flat. I was in two minds whether to put the video out, but you always put people always say always put the bad out as well as the good. This hobby is about good and bad. So I decided, yeah, because there is a lesson learned here and there was a fix to it. So what I was saying is the fish was still kind of gasping, but not as bad as there was, but there was that docile, I could pick them up out the pond. And normally you put your hands in, and apart from Big Bad Fred and a couple of others, all the others shoot off. So you could tell there was definitely something wrong. Anyway, what I did, I've been using it for some time now, and that's this stuff. Excuse the camera work and the light, sorry. Pond Detox Formula, which takes all the toxins and stuff out of your water. I'd got nothing to lose. I mean, the treatments and the chemicals that's been in there, well, I'd got nothing to lose, so I thought, you know what, Phil says just try some, so I put the recommended dosage in of this detox formula. Bear in mind I use this long back, and I thought I'd OD the pond, and I reached out to Paula Reynolds, who says no, you can't OD the pond. So and this is where lessons learned, because you don't realise how good a product is until you're in these situations. So probably within, I don't know, 30 seconds of this stuff going in the pond, and I'll put the recommended dose in, probably within 30 seconds of putting that in the pond, the fish come back to life. They wasn't hanging around the curtain, they were swimming around the pond. It was unbelievable. It was like you just injected them with ecstasy. It was manic. The way they picked up. So the lesson here is, keep some of this on the shelf. I tried HP, I tried thiosulfate, and none of them neutralise the pond. I don't know if there is anything that can neutralise FMG, but this pond detox formula certainly did pick the fish up as soon as I put it in. Couldn't believe it. Even Phil was shocked. So guys, you don't have to buy a 2 kilo tub, you can get the smaller ones. Use it regular, but also keep some on your shelf for in these situations. Without that pond detox formula, I'd probably say I've got one casualty in that bowl there. Without that detox formula, I reckon I'd have had a pond full of casualties, without a doubt. That pond detox formula has saved my pond. It's kind of like hydrogen peroxide when you've got PP in your pond. It brought the pond back to life. I did check the pond condition with my AWP meter when the fish was gasping and stuff, and I was sitting at 300, so I just don't know. I'm still learning myself, guys, but obviously learn by my mistakes. Well, learn by other people's mistakes as well. Everybody makes mistakes. Some highlight them, some don't. I'm one of them that, yeah, I'm learning, and I've dropped a tater, so learn from it. So yes, I've got one casualty in that bowl there, and the casualty that's in that bowl I'm not going to show you because it's not right for people to see who don't want to see that sort of thing. People don't like it. But in that bowl is the Sankey that I thought had got the swim bladder issue, who then had fluke, who then had Costia. He was absolutely worn out, shattered, all his tail fins all gone ragged. He was proper stressed out, but he's been through the mill of late. So I done the humane thing and sedated him. He wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it. We still think to this day that he has got swim bladder. Sorry, he did have swim bladder issue. So you can't see a great deal in the pond now, apart from plenty of air still going in. I turn the air curtain up, I turn the bottom drain up, I put an air stone in there and an air stone over there, running off this little air pump here. Don't really want to take my phone off charge just in case the battery goes. Let's have a look. So as you can see, it's a bit dark in there and murky because of the detox that's in there, but the fish are swimming round now, whereas before all they were doing was gasping over this curtain. So yeah, you can't see a great deal. The fish are gone into hiding. There's one there, one of my new ones. That's one of the new ones. So yeah, I mean that was all across the top of that curtain, absolutely gasping for air. Just need to plug this back in again, otherwise I'm going to be in trouble. Yeah, that was all across that curtain, just gasping for air. Excuse the camera work while I try and put the charger back in. There you go. So yeah, guys, get yourselves some of the pond detox, even if you're not going to use it on a regular basis. Keep it for emergencies. As I said earlier, whether it was the extra dosage of the FMG that I put in, or whether it was a reaction with the Lernex, because apparently the Lernex is still active for 2 weeks. But what do you do in them situations? It really does need these laboratories to come up with an all-in-one solution, really, for fluke and other parasites, because, well, somebody making a killing out of it, to be fair. That's what it needs. It needs somebody to come up with one, all for one. It's possible that it is the reaction, too much chemical in such a short time. As I say, the last dose was 50% on Wednesday, and it's only Saturday now, and I've put FMG in. But what am I supposed to do? Watch the fish struggle? I don't know. Was that fish on his last legs anyway? Could could all the other fish survived until the Lernex had gone out the system fully? I just don't know. As I say, I'm still learning, but for the guys out there, just learn by other people's mistakes. And I've made a big one today, which could have gone drastically wrong if it weren't for the pond detox. I could have got up in the morning and there would have been a number of floating fish. The water change I'd done probably half the pond to try and dilute it all. I was absolutely panicking. Phil could tell that I was worried because he shot straight over and he'd been on the graft all day. So yeah guys, that's enough waffling. Keep a lookout for Phil's videos coming out in the next couple of days. Something exciting's happening. So keep an eye out on that. Earmark the 31st of August. Everything will come clear when Phil's videos come out. But yeah, pencil in the 31st of August, something's going to be happening. And on that note guys, oh here we go, some more movement. Look, so yeah, I'm all moving about now. Yeah guys, on that note I'm going to leave it at there. Job's not a fish on this one because well, it's been a cruel day. Thanks guys, all the best, catch you soon.